Hey guys, welcome back. BDCKR here, and this is going to be a video on all the new stuff in update 2.11 in Injustice. This is the Suicide Squad update.
And it was to celebrate the opening of the movie today, and our time was actually good. We just got back. We're not actually planning on filming anything until next week, but we got here just in time, and we've got a few things to show you.
Okay, so yeah, we can get right into it, starting out with the big ticket items, which would be the characters probably.
Oh, actually, so what would be interesting? Let's look at the new booster packs, and we've done some screen captures. So we'll try to interpose some of the pictures of what you get as we're describing them. But what's interesting is not the $25 early access pack, or the starter pack, whatever. It's this $129.99 pack where you get all three Suicide Squad characters: Harley Quinn, Deadshot, and the Joker. They're all Elite 1 and level 30. It not only contains the rare gear that they're talking about. In the one that we saw was a fourth world piece of gear from Survivor.
Don't you mean the epic gear piece?
I guess, yeah. Well, legendary, epic, whatever.
So it comes with the maximum rarity.
Oh, you're right, yeah,
Survivor gear piece. It comes with their specific character-specific gear. Yeah. And it comes with 8 Star Labs augment cards, and by that what they mean is 2 for each stat, and they're big ones.
The majors.
Yeah, the majors.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I was just thinking, I wasn't even reading through the whole paragraph. You're absolutely right. So hopefully, if we figured out how to do it right, we'll be showing you screen captures of each bit as we're talking about it.
Okay, so now we can show off the characters that you get in that set.
All right, so we'll look at their. Let's get rid of her. We'll look at the characters, and the first thing you'll notice is how much they sell for, which means basically they are each just under 500,000 credits.
Yeah.
Which is huge. Expensive. But all their stats, their combined stats, are 2,700. So they're not the highest, but they're definitely on the high end. So no more power creep, but it's still...
Yeah, they're one of the top stat characters in the game, but they're not better than the previous best.
And let's look at the new guys. Alright, so definitely interesting passives. Very much team passives, like
Red Sun characters,
team,
yeah.
But they also have benefits to themselves.
So the Joker gets a powerful random effect on a special one, and we're not sure about what all of these are yet, but
we're gonna be playing with them soon and posting that.
Yeah. And the real important part seems to be the second part, which is that he receives 10% less damage and deals 10% more damage for each Suicide Squad member. Now, the 10% more damage isn't that big of a deal. Like, we've seen
especially Superman.
Yeah.
He gets 25% for each Red Sun teammate.
And the Batman, what's the Tactical Genius Batman? Is that just
he's
the 25%?
One? Yeah, he's 25% boost.
So that's not that big a deal, but what is a huge deal is the 10% less damage for each Suicide Squad member, because 30% less damage, just from nowhere, from doing nothing, is just not possible
Actually,
otherwise.
you know what though? The 10% each additional damage may not be that bad, actually.
Because it's specials and basic.
Yeah, actually, that might make a difference.
So it's good, but with a full Suicide Squad team, what it would be is 30%, which is only slightly more than Batman by himself, right? For the whole team.
So now we're looking at Suicide Squad Harley Quinn.
And this is interesting. This is very obviously also Suicide Squad themed party. She has an extra trick, and her extra trick is that Deadshot turns Dynamite into C4, which I'm assuming is just more damage.
Right.
And the Joker, if you use the Joker picture, he attacks for you.
Plus the damage. I'm guessing
plus the damage. Yeah, you get your basic effects too, hopefully. Otherwise, it would actually make her a little bit less versatile.
And I'm liking Deadshot.
Yeah. So aiming minigames have a 50% bigger sweet spot, and it does 250% damage instead of just 200% in the sweet spot, which is pretty cool. And he has a chance of coming in and assisting any Suicide Squad member while they're fighting with some damage.
Let me just look at the range. Is it double? It still shows double only, so that 50% is not built into the numbers.
Yeah,
it's actually on top of that. Okay, so those are the new characters. Let's take a look at the new gear. Oh, actually, so this is the part where we're going to show you. It says that it's a new gear set in Survivor. So all these, the 3 new epic Epic, am I right? Yeah, Epic
Yeah.
gears are available in Survivor, but
It seems to be like they're missing a little bit of...
they don't have gear set properties.
Yeah.
So look, all right, here's one of them, Killer Croc. Definitely really good defensive gear. So less damage from specials, less damage from basic attacks.
And less damage on Suicide Squad teammates from damage over time. Which doesn't seem like a huge benefit, but for DOT teams it would be significant every once in a while if you hit one.
This looks interesting too. Special attack, so this gives you extra damage, but it also does life drain. So what I'm curious about whether that's 20% of the special or 20% of each skull, which is significantly less, right? Because it's only 10% each hit.
But and also how many skulls fly out, because 10% damage of your special, if it does an extra 30%, that's okay, but it's not actually that big.
Yep.
But if there's like 4, if there's 5, right, the more they are, dealing an extra 50% damage would actually be pretty huge on a special, right?
Right.
And then this one, which gives you a short-term shield. You can only tell that it's short-term from the part in parentheses at the end, but it does 40% damage over time off of any special that hits them while the shield is active.
Mm-hmm.
And we only know that it's temporary because it says shield lasts longer with each Suicide Squad teammate.
Again, what'll be interesting, because it's hard to know sometimes what they mean by the numbers, right? Because sometimes, especially when we're talking originally with gears that boosted damage, to figure out exactly what's the 100% that it's referring to when it says 15%.
And so if it's 40% of their health, that's absolutely insane. If it's 40% of the damage that they dealt to you, that's absolutely insane. If it's a proportional, like based off of what percent of your health bar they did, you deal 40% of that to their health bar.
So the last piece is the character-specific rare gear that's new is Deadshot's Ballistic Mask. It starts off as a ski mask, and it doesn't actually look like anything particularly special. I'm not a big fan of gears that split the
Effects
ability
between two specials, because you're only ever going to want to use one. So the Deadshot specific effect here is only really useful if you need power drain that badly. And it's only 25% chance, so I would say that...
it's not enough to change your strategy.
It's not enough to change your strategy, yeah.
Okay.
And only on Deadshot.
So that's the 2.11 update, Suicide Squad, and I guess what we'll try to do in the near future is film a little video showing the gears and showing the new individual characters. Oh, actually, you know what? I forgot to show you. The other new character that's in the update but is not yet available because he's the current season, the MP season reward, is the Joker Unhinged. And he looks like he's going to be really powerful.
The Joker.
Yeah, so his ability is that random effects occur on Special 1, which is the same. But if he kills somebody, they fight for your team. And if you have a full Suicide Squad team, you can kill 2 people and make them both fight for you.
Right.
Which is insane. If they still have their specials up, it means that like you really have a lot more damage output. If they keep their gear sets, it means that you potentially have a huge amount of damage output, and depending on how much reduced health is reduced by, they could potentially still, like if it's a half of their health, they're still just insanely useful.
Yeah, I'm guessing it'd have to be pretty low.
I'm assuming.
A quarter?
I'm assuming they have to cripple them somehow, so it's either going to be specials, gear, health, or a combination of the 3.
Well, that's what they did in Mortal Kombat, right? When you bring back, I can't remember which one it was. It might have been one of the katanas. When you defeat the enemy, they come back. You revive them, and then you can use them against the other team. You still get, I think, up to Special 1, but you don't get their ability.
Yeah.
But you get all their stats.
So it'll depend on how they do that, but that's really interesting anyways. And I like that they're trying to do the kind of thing that they did with Aquaman, summoning new guys, right? with Aquaman Special 2 for, which Aquaman was that? I don't remember. It was the Atlantean Warrior Special.
Yeah.
But I like that they're trying to do that, and it seemed like this time they've actually made an interesting mechanic more viable for actual use.
Oh, and one thing we should announce here, I mean, and it's sort of funny and not, that we maybe reached a level of legitimacy that we never thought we'd reach, because what we need to do on this video, and we'll do this in the description too, is mention that we received Injustice Gods Among Us mobile in-game items from, I don't even know what the initials stand for. WB is Warner Brothers, IE, something.
Interactive Entertainment, I think?
Maybe. To comply with the Federal Trade Commission endorsement guides, because we were approached by a company affiliated with Warner Brothers to add stuff to the account so that we could get a step ahead to be able to film some Let's Play videos, which we're going to do soon. And a lot of these, we didn't get all of it from them, but it's hard to keep track of all the different accounts, so we figured better to be safe than sorry. Thanks, Warner Brothers. Thanks for
watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Komoda.